Hi guys, Angie back with my fairy treasures. Okay, let's get ourselves in frame. Nope, not that far up. All right, let me see where we're at. Can you see down here? Bring that up a little bit. Okay, so we're going to continue on with part 3, and we will be finishing up this double page spread in this video. Okay. Oh, sorry about that. That sounded horrible with my chair. Okay, so where are we going to begin? All right, I was just cutting the bottom of this off. Okay, so I remember I showed you I had her and I copied her in black and white. We need to put her down, so I'm gonna do that. But wait, before I do that, I actually want to decoupage 2 Eiffel Towers. These were napkins. So let's do that. Let me get my decoupage. Oh. Okay. Let me grab a paper towel. And I want to say thank you. You guys have been so sweet and so kind. So many people said so many nice words, so many sweet supportive things with doing this series of doing these altered books. And I'm glad you guys are enjoying them. I really love doing it. I mean, I've been doing mixed media and stuff, but it's weird because I told you guys, you guys would always see me working on like a thick piece of cardstock or a mixed media piece of paper, but it was always something thick and not in a book, because I kind of didn't like working in a book because I just felt like I couldn't move a piece of paper. I could move where I needed it and stuff like that. So that's why I liked it. Or a piece of cardstock or a piece of mixed media paper. In a book, you know, you're confined to the book, you know. But ever since I altered the book by gluing the pages together, I'm obsessed. I don't know what the difference, and I have beautiful art journals that I have bought. And, but I love working in an altered book. It's just, I don't know what it is. It's yummy. It's fun. So you guys are going to see me working in these altered books a lot. Okay, you know what? Actually, let's put a little bit of glue down. Okay. Now let's put this down. Oops. Just trying to get it right. Okay. Alrighty. There we go with that. And that will be drying. Yeah, I absolutely love that. I think that looks really, really pretty. Okay, and what I want to do is I want to take my girl and put her right here in between the 2 Eiffel Towers. Yeah, that looks cool. Remember I was trying to use those Eiffel Towers in the last video, and then I didn't use them. But when I got to this page, I was like, yes, yes, please. That will look good. Okay, now, you guys know I like to use some Eileen's Tacky, especially when I'm dealing with cardstock. Wait, is this cardstock? Oh, this isn't even cardstock. Never mind. I forgot. I used just a regular piece of copy paper. So we'll just go ahead and use the Podge. And I'm just going to call my stuff Podge instead of Mod Podge, because it's not Mod Podge because that's a brand. But I'm just going to call mine Podge since I make my own. I make my own matte Podge. Okay. Let's try to get this down where we want it. I think this is where I want it. Okay, lift it back up. Okay. Yeah, that looks good. Let me get a baby wipe and just wipe my hands. When you're doing this type of work, baby wipes are your friend. Wipe your hands. You can smear paint with it. They're the bomb. Well, I gotta be careful because I have a napkin right here. And if I go over this napkin, I'll rip it. So I'm gonna use my hands because the napkin is right. This is kind of sitting on top of the napkin too. Parts of the napkin. And I don't want to ruin it. Okay, there we go. Bam! She's down. Okay, I want to put the, like, this right here. This flap, this page here that we're going to put up here. So it's like a flap, and you can lift the flap up and then see her again in black and white. And then what I did with this page, I talked about this in the first 2 videos. I went ahead and sprayed it with some sprays, like I said I was going to. Okay, so she sprayed with sprays there too. It's a quick way just to add some color and make it look really cool within like seconds. So that's why I love sprays. I used, what did I use? I used Distress Spray Broken China. I used this Turquoise by Dilutions. And I think I used Bubblegum Pink by Dilutions. Okay, so these 3. Bam. Okay, just wanted to let you guys know about that. I do need to dry all of this, so let's do that. I know I'm getting silent on you guys. Just a second. I'm thinking when I put this on here, oh, I can still do that. Okay, I have a little surprise for you guys at the end that I haven't talked about, but I was kind of working it out in my brain. Okay, so let's go ahead and let me dry this with the dryer. Talk among yourselves or fast forward. Okay, that's really nice. The when you do napkins and podge or glue, it dries really quick, so that's nice. Okay, so the next thing we want to do is attach this with a hinge. You know what? I got on yesterday's video to put a link to my videos where I show you guys how to make hinges. Sorry, I will do that in this video, and I will try to go back to yesterday's video and do it there too with the hinge, because these are important. Hinges can be used for pockets like I did over here, but it can also be used to attach something, to attach a flap, like and putting it up at the top right here. Let me just make sure you guys are seeing this. Yeah. And then this way, that'll be attached, and then I can flip this back and forth. So you can flip it up and see the girl, and then flip it back and you don't see her. I think it's cool. And using the same image 3 different ways. So, all right, let me go ahead and move my book out of the way. Let me hot glue this hinge on here. Also, let me cut this the length that we need to cut it. Okay. Okay, cut. There we go. All right. Is that at the top of here? Okay, so I take my hot glue quickly. And I've said over and over, when I'm putting these hinges on or these flaps, I like to use hot glue instead of like a double stick tape or like score tape, because you're dealing with a lot of paint and water, and if you have to go back over anything, if it's even double stick tape, it'll probably come up. But this way the hot glue can handle that. So that's why I prefer the hot glue. Okay, so now we're going to put some hot glue here and hurry up and attach it to the top of here. Okay. Sorry, I just put a new fresh stick in my thing here. I had to kind of push that down. All right. Let's get over here as quickly as we can. I'm going to stand up and get this on here. Hopefully I didn't do that. Yeah, I didn't. You got to be careful not to get it too close to the center so that you can still close your page. Let me see if I can still close my page. Yeah, I can still close my page. I mean, I almost messed up. I could have gone over a little bit more, but we're still good. Okay, let me bring my book down a little bit so you guys can see. Okay, well, you can't completely see me do this flap, but I'm going to try to show you. So here's that flap, and see, it opens up. See? And it just opens up. Love it. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to also turn my book around so you guys can see everything, how it looks your way. Okay. I think this turned out really, really pretty. Let me see if I need to come forward. Yeah. So I have the girl over here with the invincible pocket, and we split her hair from her head with the pocket, and we'll make tags to go in here. And then over here we have this, like this flap, which I think is so cool. You lift the flap up, and there you go. You have the girl again. So you use that same girl 3 different ways, which I think is really cool. You can do that with, like I said, you don't have to, like I drew her and then I painted her. So this is my own drawing and my own painting. You don't have to do that. You can get a coloring book page, color the girl, and then, you know, do the 3 different techniques to create this. You could also use something from a magazine too. You don't have to do a girl. You can do an animal, an insect, a bird, whatever you want to do. Okay, so let me turn this back around. This is all going so much faster than I thought it was going to. Okay, let me see if I, yeah, I'm over enough. Let me get a clip. I need to clip this down a little bit. I'm getting near the end of my book, which is exciting because then I can start a new book, a new altered book. But what I'm going to do when I'm done with this book, I have some boxes that, some hat boxes, which is so exciting. I got from that Hobby Lobby 90% off sale. So I got these hat boxes, you guys, for like $1 and $2 a piece. And I want to do some mixed media on them. I'm going to do mixed media on some, and some I'm going to do mixed media plus add lace and stuff. Lace and doilies and wedding appliques. So do some shabby chic stuff, and that'll match my my craft room. Right now I'm in my art studio, so the other boxes will go in here that I do the mixed media on. So, so before I start another altered book, I'm going to do that. I'll do that on camera. Okay, I don't know where I put the rest of these. I'm looking for these things, these clamps. Anyway, I had more of this size, and I don't know what the heck I did with them. Anyway, this should be enough. Yeah, that'll lay it flat enough, I guess. Okay, so what I want to do on the top here, and you guys remember I told you I need to, yeah, I should have time. I'm going to go ahead and I'll draw in her little tendrils on her, on her hair. But right now I want to do the little surprise I was talking about, which is I want to use this stencil. This stencil is phenomenal. Let's see if I can go like this. I have no idea what it says, but it's very like, you know, Paris. It's Pasture Ray de whatever. I don't know. But doesn't it look so like from Paris or France? Love it. Okay. You guys look for these kind of stencils, these Paris looking stencils. They're fabulous to use in your work. I got these stencils for dirt cheap at Tuesday Morning. And it's one of the best things I bought were all of these Paris type of stencils. So excited. Okay, let me see if that's where I want to put this at. Yeah, this is where I want to put it at. Is that going over her hair? Oh, it kind of is, but oh well. I like this, so let's go right there. All right, I'm going to do it in black. So let me undo my hot glue gun and put it somewhere. Alrighty. Got my little palette here. Got to get my black paint out. Okay, and let me get a makeup wedge sponge. Okay, so I'm going to go like this with a little bit of black paint. And I'm really going to dab a lot of the paint off because you really don't need a lot of paint when you're doing this stenciling. Okay, I think that's, yeah, I think that's going to be what I want. Is that over? No, this is good. Here we go. We'll see how successful we are getting the paint in here because this page isn't really flat, so I gotta try to get this paint on a page that's not really flat. Let me just look and see. Okay, I did that. And we're not looking for perfection, so if things aren't perfect once you take this off, no major. Everything is very shabby, everything's very tattered anyway. That's the style I like to do. It doesn't have to be your style, it's mine though. So you don't ever have to worry about making anything perfect. Because everything you're doing is pretty tattered, right? Right. If you're doing the kind of style I'm doing. And it sure makes it easier on yourself if you don't have to be perfect. That could be a motto for life. It makes it a lot easier if you're not always saying you got to be perfect. Take some stress off yourself. But always doing the best you can. Okay, let me just lift this a little bit and see what I think. Okay, I like that, but I don't like this at the top. Didn't get enough of it here on the top. So let's just hold that down. See if I can get this going here. See if we got it. Yeah, we got it good enough. Awesome. So there we go. I love that. Putting that pasture here. Now, I would have actually preferred to have this pasture up here a little bit further, but you know what? Like I said, I'm not going to aim for perfection. That looks good. I like that going across. It looks very French, so we are good. Oh, actually, there is. I'm not looking for perfection, like I said. I actually just want to put this back for 1 second. Even though I just said I'm not looking for perfection, because I'm not. I didn't get this in right here. Just a second. I didn't get this part in, which is really pretty. So I want to get that in. So I am going to go back over that a little bit. And like I said, it's not for perfection. It's just because I think it looks really pretty to make sure that gets added in there. Okay, hopefully I got it that time. Yeah, we got it. Cool. I wanted that little scroll right here that goes here because it was already on that side. And I thought that looked really pretty. Love it. Love it, love it, love it. Okay. Let me put that away. Let me put that away. There were some things I wanted to do. Okay, I do want to take my script stamp and go over these flowers. Remember, we were going to do that yesterday. I want to put some script stamp. Oh, I can't get my hands wet. I want to put some script stamp on this. So let me do some script stamp over here on the flowers. And then, oops, I just dropped my stamp. And then I got to dry, make sure this paint's dry on this other side. Cool. Let's do some in her hair too. Okay, that looks good. We'll put some right here. Have some go over her hair a little bit. Love it. Okay, let me dry the paint up at the top here. Awesome, that was already dry. Okay, so let's take a stamp again. Make sure we're in frame and you guys are seeing everything. And I just wanted to do some script stamping over this. I think that would look really good. Some script stamping over the music notes. I just think that would look cool. Just a little bit here and there. Cool. And then I love that under when you lift that up, how that looks there. Let's see if I'm trying to see if you guys can see really well. There we go. And bring it back down. I love it. And then that flap goes there. So cool. I love it. Okay. The last thing we're going to do is, let me just make sure I'm not skipping anything. There's so many little things. Okay. We're going to do some, doing some shading or shadowing around everything. You guys know I like to use, you can use so many things. You can use a Stabilo, which I don't have. You can use a watercolor black pencil for this. My favorite thing is to use a Gelato or a Faber-Castell black to do your shading or your shadowing around. So I like to do it up here at the top, and I'm just going to show you an example of how I'm doing it. I'm not going to do my shading all to everything in the book because it will take forever. But we'll do this page here. Okay. And I like to use a baby wipe. What do I do with my baby wipe that I had? You can use a paintbrush. You can use your finger with a little bit of water on it. You can use spit to kind of smear this. That's from Marie Jenkins. I always talk about her. She uses her spit. I think it's hilarious. I guess some people think it's gross, but I think it's funny. I've used my spit too. But when I use this Gelato, I really like using this baby wipe because it really smears things good. Gives a good smear. Okay. So I love that. That edges that out. So what I would do is I would do the same thing over on this side, okay, and all the way around this this flap. And then I would open this up and I would do the same thing inside of here also, okay? Let's do, I'm going to use my, let's make sure you guys are seeing things. Okay, to my girls, I am going to use my watercolor pencil and go around her. Give some shading around her. I might switch to my Stabilo, or not my Stabilo, my Gelato. We'll see in just a second if I'm going to. I'm going to use a little bit of spit. And if that doesn't disgust you too much, you can always use your baby wipe, wet your finger, and then go around. But your spit is like so, it's so there. It's easy. I know, I got a weird sense of humor. But I never said I was normal, so. I'm definitely not boring. So hopefully you're entertained by my silliness. Okay, so I'm not going to go all the way around her. I'm going to stop on this side, not take it to that side for the sake of time. I'll finish up all my shading off camera, but just to show you where I give you a sampling of each section of where I'm going to be shading at. Love it. Okay, and what a difference that makes, doesn't it, to put some shading or shadowing around? I love it. Let me make sure what you guys are seeing. So, very cool. The reason I use this one is because it's kind of finer going around her. You know what I'm saying? I love this for the edges, but I love my either a Stabilo or a black watercolor pencil. Okay, so then also over here on this side, so I want to make sure that I'm in frame still. I can let that go. Okay, let me move my book over. So let's go around her. Okay. Okay, and smear that a little bit. Love it. Could do a little more inking right here. Smear that around. Perfect. I love it. So now you see what I'm talking about when you're putting your shading or your shadowing and you do all your edges on both pages, go around your girl. And I love that. Also, thing I wanted to do, I wanted to add a little bit. There's always so many little details you can do to everything. You can probably barely see it. I've already added some stickles to her hair. And I'm sure you guys probably can't see it, but I'm going to add, so I already added stickles to her hair, to her eyes, to her cheeks, and her lips. Over here to this girl, I'm going to add some, make sure there's nothing on my finger. I'm going to add some stickles. And if you don't have stickles, all you have to do is, I think you could just use Elmer's glue too, but if you have some like finer glitter, you can even use thick glitter. And just add some glitter to glue. I believe you could just do Elmer's because it dries clear, so you should be good. It might freak you out at first because you'll be like, oh my god, I just covered up my, whatever you're putting your glitter glue on. Because that's all Stickles is some glitter glue. So I've heard that the glitter glue at Dollar Tree is great. So if you see it at Dollar Tree, pick it up. You get like 5 different colors for $1. Okay, I love that. I'm going to put some of this Stickles on her cheeks. On this picture. This is just little finishing touches. You don't have to do this, but I kind of like it. And I have so much of the Stickles Because when I buy it, it isn't cheap, but when I see it on clearance or on sale, really cheap, that's when I pick it up. Otherwise, I make my own. Or Michael's has their brand of stickles. It's always like $1. And it's great. I have a bunch of that too. I have a bunch of everything, but that's because I just shop clearances, you guys. Clearances and really good sales. If they don't get on clearance or sale, or I can't use a coupon, I'm probably not buying it. Yep, I'm cheap. And it has served me well. Okay, let me just make sure that's everything that I wanted to do. So I'm not going to put this all the way down, so that's what that looks like. Okay. In fact, you know what? I don't want to put it all the way down because, you know, my glitter glue needs to dry. I do want to turn this around though so you guys can see. So let me do that. Okay. So there we go. That's what we ended up with. I think this turned out really cool. It's similar to the other page because of the techniques I use, but look how different it is. It's like you can't create the same thing twice ever, you know? Even if I had the same picture, I couldn't create anything twice. I love how this turned out. And I really like, now that I'm looking in the camera, I really like the Eiffel Towers on each side of her. That looks really cool. And that's just napkins. And then the flap coming down, this is what the flap looks like. Okay. And that just adds like some play with your art journal page to put a flap in. You can also put flaps in going this way, you know, flapping this way. I could have done a flap and it goes out like that. I could have done a flap that way. But very interesting to do a flap that comes up here like this. Which I've said, I've done that a lot of times in my junk journals, but I've never thought to do it in my art journal or my altered book / art journal. So I love it. Okay, you guys, that is it. And I want to congratulate, remember I had some winners I announced in the first video, which is Kathy Lutty. Congratulations. I had a giveaway, and I gave away napkins. I gave away pictures of I gave copies of my girl so that people can, if they want, color those in and use the prints, like little coloring sheets. And so I got one of each girl for the coloring sheets. And then, because I have two different, I drew this girl and changed her up 2 different ways. So you'll get both of those. You'll get a bunch of napkins. What else? Oh, I have some art cards that I've created of my other artwork that have been laminated. And you guys will be getting some of those. And the other winner was Eddie Williams. Eddie, you haven't contacted me yet, so I just wanted to say that. So please contact me and so I can get your address. I have on the first video, I have my email below the video. Okay, you guys, that is it, I think. I feel like I'm missing something, but I think that's it. Okay, you guys, if you haven't subscribed to my channel, I'd love for you to do so. If you give this video a thumbs up, that'd be great. Any comments or questions, leave them below. Come visit me on Facebook and Instagram. And 1 second, let me get my thing. And I will talk to you guys in the next video. Bye!